Matt freaking Hardy wants the Beast, Brock Lesnar, to join AEW so badly, he fantasizes about it. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Matt Hardy, Broken Matt Hardy, was on his podcast, The Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, and he pitched where the Beast could come into AEW. He could be similar to Butcher and the Blade, but that it would cost Tony Khan big bucks. If it would cost Tony Khan so much money, then why doesn't Matt go back to his previous gimmick, Big Money Matt? And maybe he could pay the money it would take to get Brock Lesnar. I can accept him saying it's going to take a lot of money. What I can't accept is him comparing Brock to Butcher and the Blade. But he did. And why do we want Brock on AEW? Could you really believe Brock versus anybody at All Elite Wrestling? You look at the All Elite Wrestling roster, it's a bunch of kids, it's a bunch of nerds. How the hell would Brock Lesnar fit in there? How the hell would Brock Lesnar have believable matches without killing people? Now, I'm not going to lie, I think it'd be great to see Brock Lesnar just step in for a one night only and just throw people about the ring. I mean, could you imagine Brock taking Darby Allin to Suplex City? Fuck, I'd pay to see that. I would pay to see Big Money Matt's bank balance to see Brock Lesnar absolutely destroy Darby Allin. But it just wouldn't work. It'd be alright as a one-off thing where we just get to literally see him toss him all over the place. But as working a feud, working a rivalry, working a program with these guys, likes of Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, how can Brock work with them? He can't. But this is what Matt Hardy said regarding a possible Brock AEW run. He said, quote, I would say the gimmick that the Butcher and the Blade put on TV, they say that they're hitmen and guys who go out, whoever's willing to pay the biggest bucks, they'll go work for that guy and take out the competition. That's what Brock is. Brock knows his value. He knows his worth. So I guess Tony Khan would have to shell out big bucks. End of quote. It's how the hell can he compare Brock to Butcher and the Blade? He says that the Butcher and the Blade have a hitman type gimmick and that they take people out for money. I've never seen the Butcher and the Blade win a fucking match. So how can they take people out? How can you take somebody out if you're a jobber? It just doesn't make any sense. Imagine comparing Brock to those two. The Butcher and the Blade. I mean, the only thing I ever liked about the Butcher and the Blade was they had Bunny on the outside and she's pretty hot. Other than that, there was fucking never anything good about the Butcher and the Blade. Wasn't anything good about them when they started, and there's not anything good about them now. But then Matt went on to speak about Lesnar and a realistic chance of him joining AEW. He says that Brock has a deep allegiance to McMahon and that Tony Khan would have to shell out some really big bucks in order for him to jump ship from the WWE. That's what Matt had to say. Quote, I would guess that Brock feels a bit of an allegiance to Vince. I feel like he feels faithful to Vince because he feels like Vince is taking pretty good care of him. I could see him being a WWE lifer. But if Tony was going to somehow procure Brock, he would just have to shell out the big bucks. End of quote. So Matt Hardy doesn't think that Brock's going to come. He thinks he's a lifer. He thinks he's in WWE for life. But if he is going to come to AEW, then Tony Khan will need to shell out the big bucks. Which makes sense, because let's be honest, Brock Lesnar's on the big bucks in WWE. He's not going to go to AEW for small bucks. Of course he's not. But realistically, how much money would Tony Khan pay? Realistically, would Tony Khan even want Brock Lesnar? Tony Khan would probably rather have fucking bums for the indies. People from Ring of Honor. People from Japan. I mean, Tony Khan would probably rather have Takakika Shita Hanashi than Brock Lesnar. We've seen Tony Khan in the past. He isn't really interested in big stars. He banned Hogan from ever appearing in AEW. So I don't think that Tony Khan would necessarily want Brock Lesnar, but I would definitely watch Brock Lesnar one night just destroy everybody in AEW. I think that'd be entertaining to watch, but in terms of a full-time run, in terms of Brock going there and having to legitimately wrestle people, I don't see how it works, you know, and the believability just would not be there. Brock versus Cassidy, Brock versus Darby Allin, how can those matches even happen without Brock killing them in 10 seconds? I mean, Brock would be ripping Darby Allin's arm off and eating it like a chicken wing. Realistically, that's what would happen if the two faced. So yeah, I just don't see it. Imagine Brock facing Orange Cassidy and Cassidy's got his hands in his pockets and he's beating up Brock with both hands in his pockets. I mean, fuck that. That just would not work. If he'd done that with Brock, he'd have no arms left. Brock would just snap them off like twigs. and make a campfire with him, and then sit and probably create some barbecue sauce, then have barbecue sauce with chicken, and then have sex with Sable. That's what Brock would do if he was taking on Orange Cassidy. Anyway, guys, that's it. Brock Lesnar to AEW. Matt Hardy wants it. Matt Hardy needs it. Matt Hardy fantasizes about it. But I tell you what, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Brock will stay with WWE forever, because WWE has been good to Brock, and Brock's going to be loyal to McMahon. That's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.